Bet. Right. Alright. Promised Neverland. Take two.
For no reason.
Who's seen that before? You've seen it?
I've seen it. I read it. But seeing it is so much more different than reading it. That's for sure.
What? You didn't know that at all?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so we're gonna see it. Okay. What was unexpected then about you seeing it versus...
There's just so many like audio and visual cues.
Yeah.
It's just it is so jarring like how fast it just turns on its head. Especially because like the way that they introduce the characters. I mean in the start they're just like at the gate, they're like, oh, I wonder what's out there, and it just leaves you guessing for the whole episode. And there's these small details. There's these like awkward cuts. There's the tattooed numbers, and then like with Connie on the calendar, you're like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen to her. I wonder if you're actually gonna see like when she goes, and it just goes downhill so fast.
I deadass thought that was her birthday. I was like, oh,
But then they didn't say it. But then they never said it. That's what I thought was weird. Did you know it was gonna be like that?
No, I've never seen this. I mean, to be honest, you can pretty much expect an anime. Like, I watched the first episode, and at some point in the first episode, all the animes I've ever watched just has to turn into an anime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's just a cartoon until it's not. And then, so, as soon as they left the doll, I was like, alright, they finna see some shit. But I didn't know what. Like, those creatures and shit, I was like, damn, that was interesting.
I was not expecting that.
Farming people, that is an interesting concept. I don't know, because I try to imagine myself at like 11 in that situation. And the last thing I would, actually, I don't even know, like, what do you say to that? The kid's like, oh no, we'll find a way out. Like, we'll develop a strategy. I'd be like, bro, what? I'm like, we need to go now. It's my first instinct.
But the other kids were more like 11-year-olds. It was just them that was...
They were 11, I think.
Yeah, I think the main three, Ray, Norman, and Emma, they're 11. And they said 12 is when they get harvested, right? Yeah.
So I wonder why she got harvested while she was so young.
They were saying something about it. Those monsters were a certain quality and certain...
Oh, they might wait, like, the ones that are, like, higher quality, they might, like, let them run the full...
Wasn't Connie the one, when she was taking the test, she was like, oh, man, I kind of sucked?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with that in terms of, like, if they don't meet a certain expectation at a certain age, they'll just get harvested. Maybe. I don't know.
But I meant in terms of the strategy thing, all the rest of the kids acted like I would expect them to at that age. It was just those three, the really smart ones, that were like, I would never think like that.
Most of those kids are like babies though.
Yeah.
I think 11 is when I feel like you start making some sense.
Oh, yeah.
So if the rest of them are younger, I don't expect anything from them. We playing that? Yeah.
Right, that. Strategy was definitely a thing though.
Probably.
For people that played a lot of games, Ray was acting like he was like 18.
There be some kids like that.
That's what happens when you're intellectual.
He's seen some stuff. Man.
You read as much books as I do. You learn some shit, kids.
I'm interested to see how they learn. It looks like they play tag very purposefully, but like everything's a learning experience. But like, what else do they do?
I think. Go ahead, bro.
I don't guess how they knew what the truck was. If they never seen a truck before.
They've not seen pictures. Like you can a vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
If you know a vehicle has like 4 wheels.
True, and they said they seen clothes of the outside.
Yeah.
Still weird.
It is.
You think they would know they're on a farm?
Well, no, they're told it's an orphanage though.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it, they're just being like feeding them isn't unrealistic.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
But when I knew something was up. Well, I guess it's when they look. Well, obviously, besides the fact that they were all staring at this like small gate that wasn't actually holding nobody up, but it was the fact that somebody was like, "Yeah," and the other kids never write to us when they leave, and then the kid was like,
"Yeah."
They're probably just like paying respects to their. I was like, all of them. I was like, so everyone just has that same respect.
Right.
The people that adopted them, I was like, I'm not talking to none of the other kids no more.
They're having too much fun.
I want to know what Ray says when they tell him, because he just be looking like he just known something was up the whole goddamn time.
I think he listened outside the room though.
He did, but I want to hear like what he really says.
I like how they skip so much and they don't give you details on anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bye, wait, don't go.
Right,
And then they just cut, and she's
right,
like halfway gone already.
Dude, she was staring at this doll.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. What were their intentions with this episode? Like, what were they trying to portray? I personally think, well, I don't know if they plan out, if they write the manga first. I don't think I've really ever seen camera angles in this, like I've seen in other animes. Like this is pretty cinematic angle wise. Like the shots that they chose. Also the timing is super like obscure. Cause like we were like, that song was like building, like the shit note, and then it just stopped like almost on an off count to go to like this lady like like staring at this doll, and I was like, yo, what is happening?
That and that one back shot with his head, he was swaying.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That whole thing was like, that shit built tension in the worst way with me, because it was like, and it just kept showing like lines of like, it would be like outside in like a room, and then he just kept walking, and then he just kept crossing lines. I was like, alright, so he's crossing a line. I think actually that's probably what that did represent. Because they crossed the line, the obvious line they were supposed to, don't go near the door. And then that entire scene, it just showed them crossing lines, like literally, in real life. Like walking outside of a building and then like, but they did it a lot. Like they used it a lot.
That, and then just hella juxtaposition, like everywhere. When she was saying, what did she say about like, especially today, Connie, because it was her day, she was allowed to do something.
You're acting like a child or something like that, I think.
Yeah, and she was like allowed to do that, and just like, and then we all knew something was up when she smiled really big too. And you saw like her really cute smile, and then her little bunny, and it was like, it's just too much. It's like when you watch a horror movie and everything's too happy. Everyone's like glowing, and you're like, something's wrong.
Can't be this happy.
Yeah.
This only has to happen.
And then even what you were saying about the art, like the exaggerated eyes and everything, it just makes them look extra cute. And then you just put them in the setting with just like all the gray and everything.
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah. I was curious as to why she was standing there. And then, yeah, like, I just knew something was wrong. When she asked that question, she's like, what's this song? Or who's singing this song? And she just smiled. I was like, damn.
She just kept singing.
Right? That unknown third party.
You don't need to know that.
I just got hella horror movie vibes. Literally just that actually, it was too happy.
Well, he wanted us to feel sad because he made her scream for like 10 seconds.
I definitely felt, I was on edge. Like, I actually got nervous. Like, I definitely had goosebumps. And the moment when he was like, oh, maybe she'll get the doll if we leave it in the back. And I was like, no. So they did a really good job, I think, with just the lead-in and, like, all the tension and, like, anxiety building.
It hit hard.
For real. I'm like, too much. I don't care if it's anime. Don't
I don't want all that. Would y'all rate this out of 10?
I feel like it's a solid, like 8.5.
Yeah.
I would give it definitely like an 8.
Like, it just wants me to watch the next episode.
I have so many questions.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
I can see that. Highly
You
recommend.
want to watch the next one. Like,
I'll
what
go
else do you
8.5.
want from the
I'll
first
go
episode? If they make you want to watch the next one, it's a success.
Yeah.
I think my only issue was how obvious the exposition was, where they were like, oh, like, Ray's an intellect, and then Norman's a genius, and you already know Emma, she's like,
okay,
like, physically able, and I was just like, alright. It's like, they listed them off just like that, and no one actually does that in real life, like, oh, like Walter, he's a good dancer. Like Mari, yeah, she's also a great dancer. Walsh, she's like a model, and like he does everything.
Alright, they get an 8. They get an 8. They were trying to save time though.
They established a hierarchy.
But I also wish, when we were like arguing about like the difference between that the whole time, like why was that not more clear? Or will it be later?
I think it will be later.
Okay.
I wonder why Ray didn't go with them. Is what I was wondering.
Because he's smarter.
But it showed a scene of him like leaning on the door as they were leaving.
I'm telling you, I got vibes that he just knows more things than
from a perspective of like, if I were to watch this like the first time, I feel like Ray just already knows everything. Because like, there's no reason for him to go with them. I feel like if he didn't know, then he would.
He will, yeah,
because
they're
there's
gonna-
just the curiosity of wanting to know what's behind the gates.
Mm-hmm.
But since he knows, he's just like, all right, you guys figure out for yourselves. I'll be out here reading.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Yeah,
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, then he's also the one. Was he the one that said like I saw that the lights are still on, so like you have time to. So he got them to go, and
right.
then didn't go with them. But was like knew he was gonna find out eventually, and then he waited to hear by standing outside the
Does that
door.
also mean that he trusted that they wouldn't die when they got there?
That's what
I was
either
like,
either
hey y'all, just let's hit this one out.
either he's an ass or he's really smart because he's like they will be fine. Like I don't.
Cause like I mean, she could probably kick pretty hard. She got some athletic ability. He's probably pretty smart, so he'll get up out of there. You know.
Oh God, he's like, Norman, take Emma with you.
Right.
Your baby.
Right. No,
Yeah,
take,
yeah.
like, take her.
Take Emma with you.
Take her. That also, because he was like, I guess that makes sense also when they were talking about in the forest, and they were talking about what they wanted to do like after. Like, what they, and he was saying like, he just said something, he was like happy, huh? Like, he does not know, he doesn't have a frame of reference for happy. If I knew that shit was going on, I wouldn't be happy neither.
Yo, wait. He also said if I make it out, I need to survive. first.
Yes. So, fam definitely know what's going on. But also, being there 11 years, it would make sense that him or Norman would be able to have put together what was actually happening.
At least knowing that they're not with families or something.
Yeah,
bad
like this is
can
not like
happen.
an actual orphanage.
What I'm curious about in this whole world is when they said prime quality, like flesh is for like the rich. Are the rich like the rich monsters or like rich people? What does the outside world look like? Is it all those monsters? Are humans like this only existing on
Those are good
farms?
questions.
Yeah.
Those are my questions. What is this universe like?
Just the world, I guess.
Yeah.